we had this cool music teacher, and she started, getting us to perform, and then that's sort of where I got the confidence, and ever since then, that's sort of where I met Liam, and I started making beats. Like we got some. This was like 10 years ago. We had like demo version of 3 loops or something. I play guitar and play like little bits of like mainly guitar and drums, and sort of making beats actually, because I never had my own drum kit, but like making beats sort of always made me think, and I was still learning new things and always like learning about music. We used to live in Darwin, like that's how we met each other. So we sort of started up there, and I guess up there there's not really much of a hip hop scene, or like it's all very general. And we were sort of one of very few groups doing it, so we sort of had our own little tropical flavor, like I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, sort of away from the scene, which in some ways is kind of cool because we're just doing our own thing, and then we've sort of lived in Brisbane and now we're in Melbourne, just mixing it up with everyone.
So the way that we kind of just kept ourselves busy and positive was to write rhymes, and Adam would do beats, and then that's kind of how it all started. Fresh. It was just just jamming, like kind of just hanging out, and there was never anything kind of big. And we did a performance at the high school, and then it just felt good, and just kind of grew from there.
I think the Australian hip hop scene is very, like when we were coming up, it was very like, how do you say it? I don't know, segregated in some ways, like, because it's hard to explain. Like I think now there's a lot more like the multicultural like communities, and all the kids that are growing up and now are older, and it's changing a lot. If you didn't sound like you had like a thick Australian accent, then it was like people wouldn't even like listen to what you were saying.
Almost like a lack of credibility.
Yeah, they just write you off just because you don't sound like,
I think it's a good opportunity for guys coming up now to do their own thing, and that's kind of definitely more people are more receptive to Australian hip hop in general and different kind of voices and stuff. And it was never, we were always kind of playing with different people, and it was never like a hip hop kind of scene in itself. Just growing up, and you have your influences, and that is whatever you're listening to is naturally going to filter and everything, and just going on, and it's your natural voice just kind of develops. I think that just happens constantly. All these different places have different experiences and different cultures, and then people in that come from different cultures. So it's about taking where you're at now, and where you've been, or your respective background, and just saying, where am I at? And it's great when you see, there's nothing worse when you see someone get up, or you hear something of someone being something that they're not. Pitch everything onto the music and think that it's gonna be paying a weekly wage. It's like you really gotta be working 50, 60 hours, you know what I mean?
Like around 2000, around then, like I think everyone was like trying to get signed to a record label, and that was sort of even us, we were like, that's sort of the goal. And now, like in 10 years, like technology has changed so much, where like people are, everyone's producing now, and like you don't have to go to the only guy in town who knows how to produce. And, like it's more, people are more self-sufficient, and there's a lot more independent labels out now.
Yeah, the industry's changed like the last 10, 15 years. It's just crazy. Like, CD sales are just, it's not obsolete, but the game has just changed so much, and so in one way it's kind of a double-edged sword, because people can just download and, sales are down, but on the other hand, like anyone here, we probably do, we can all produce our own music and market and promote it online. The avenues are there, it's open for everyone to go digital because that's that's the way it is these days. But the thing is, that being the fact, is that the market is flooded. Like anyone can pay, X amount and get music on iTunes.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You know what I mean? So the challenge now is like, how do we got that available to us, how do we utilize it and, stand out and get, promotion and make it happen?